Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land, and it's been crazy. All right, the past 24 hours have been nuts, and I'm going to tell you why, because of Jacked Ape Club. Now, I made a video on this not too long ago addressing some of the pros and cons I have with it. I'm going to have to put the cons first in the beginning of videos because people seem to miss those. But even then, I didn't think this was going to turn into this. I thought you'd at least get an NFT, because even I thought, I'm like, why not? I'd want to get one of these myself. But things have been nuts, and I'm not exactly sure 100%, unfortunately, because I'm getting news of people who are getting their NFTs and they're just like weirdly coded. They've got some coding problems and it's not really functioning properly. I've got other people who are just flat out not able to get anything. And then I've got people who've got their NFTs, but the floor has fallen to complete nothingness and, making them almost worthless. So what is going on? So basically you have these two, Orangey and Mitchell, and they're the kind of the Web3 developers. They're the brains behind the creation of the Jacked Ape Club. But unfortunately what's going on is that they were suddenly kicked out by the founders, Dylan and Nick, and nobody kind of knew why. And then come the launch of this NFT, what I mentioned prior, the whole thing kind of goes to shit. So let's take a look at what Mitchell released, an audio of Nick kind of, I guess, confessing to Davis, who's another member and, also a developer on this project, as well as an investor and blah, 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 that they just couldn't handle it.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think I have what it takes to run Jacked Ape Club and take it to the level that we all want to take it to, especially not having the funding. I don't think that I can handle the pressure either. Like I'm too new to the business world. I'm too new to Web3, and I just don't think that I have the mental maturity to do it. Like, and I'll be the first to admit it. Like I honestly, I don't think I have what it takes.
So this is Nick speaking to another member, David Blake. And I mean, I'm not even surprised. So when I was going through this project the first time, there were some red flags that I did try to mention later on in the video. But one of the big ones is that they are young. There's a lot of projects that are coming out with like 20-something-year-olds that really have no experience in business and promising a hell of a lot that is very difficult to deliver if you don't have the right people to back it. Just because you have money doesn't mean you can actually make anything happen just because you have money. The Fire Festival is a big one for me. You get the project, you get the ticket, you get a place to go. You might even get some food, but you get there and the whole thing's sort of just garbage. It's not exactly what you was promised. It wasn't exactly what it was advertised as. And so when I thought about this project, I figured, well, you at least should be able to get the NFT. The rest of their roadmap was insane and very ambitious and very unlikely to happen, which is what happens with a lot of these projects. So Orangey, so the Jacked Ape Club released this. The reasoning for removing the Mitchell and Orange is they told us they wouldn't work without any further pay, which isn't an issue. We simply removed them to bring on new people to keep things going, and now this is getting blown way out of proportion. So they say, Orange replied, false. First of all, we wanted Dylan and Nick to fund more into the community wallet since they had over 600,000 give or take ton of money. Second of all, even if this were true, this tweet basically says that they wanted me and Mitchell to work for free. Do you guys not see a problem? Nick responds, this is your ape that you bought with the community's funds. Ay, this is why you're no longer associated. You were meant to be long-term and use the money you receive to put back into the project. Does this look long-term to you? Orange replies, I bought that by selling all my NFTs plus my personal cut after paying out everyone that worked for Jack for me. Are you saying I can't use the money that I made? I put it into an NFT that would help make me more connections in the scene. Where's your money, buddy? You insta-crashed to Coinbase. So, hey, I mean, you should be fairly compensated for the work that you do. And it sounds like that's what Orange is just trying to get at. But hey, who knows for sure. And then there's also that's been going around, if this can be believed. I'm not really sure how they got this, but I'm sure they were able to figure out kind of where the money was all flowing. And if this can be believed, everybody, the top people who are part of this walked away with an astonishingly stupid amount of money, including Orangey and Mitchell. Mitchell kind of got fucked over there, actually. He didn't make nearly as much as some of the others, but still came out looking nice and pretty. So basically where we're at now with this project. So Bradley also is sort of been kind of in the middle of this. He was on as the brand ambassador, and I've said this in other projects, and I don't know if I reiterated it in this project in my last video, but just because you have a influencer does not mean anything. They don't often know what they're even signing up for half the time, or aren't doing the vetting properly, or what have you. That doesn't always mean anything. You always have to do your own research because it's your money. And it sounds like a lot of people here have lost a ton of money. Maybe they got their NFTs at the end of the day, but the crash has basically made them, which honestly is sort of the gamble though. That's with everything. Nothing's guaranteed to go up. It just sucks. It sounds like this wasn't intended to be a rug pull, but it sort of seems like it is for some people. At least when I get back to the ending here, I came back to the Discord. It seemed like they were able to figure out some sort of agreement. I'm not sure what's happening with Dylan and Nick just yet. Perhaps you guys know. If you know, let us know in the links in the description down below. But I'm waiting for this announcement to come out. It was supposed to, this was, 426. He's like, this is Orange. We will be making an announcement shortly to clear up all confusion. Just know the brand is in better hands now, and we will be building what's best for the community. Apparently people couldn't gain access to this for a short period of time, but that seems to have been gone. By the time I got home from work, I got back in here, and it seemed like Orange was kind of leading everything again. And I'm not really sure what's happening with Dylan and Nick. Maybe they're off, they're out. They made a stupid amount of money regardless. So, unfortunately, they almost seem to kind of win at the end of the day if there's no repercussions for something like this. And unfortunately, there isn't any regulation to create a repercussion for something like this. Bradley saying, I got y'all. Well, that was quite a turnaround for at Jacked Ape Club. Welcome back to Mitchell, Orange, and Davis. Big thanks to Bradley for having our backs. So it seems like things are starting to get figured out along the way here, at least later on in the afternoon around like 3 o'clock. I was still at work at the time. Haven't heard from the announcement yet, just exactly what the new steps are, what the plan is. I'm probably going to be looking at this project a little bit closer after this video as well. Just wanted to get this out, but this has been nuts. And this is the kind of stuff that does happen a lot. More and more rug pulls and scams. There was a ton with a few coins in the cryptocurrency section that had just happened recently. So you guys got to be careful for sure. Myself included, even doing even deeper looks into some of these NFTs and the people behind them for sure. Anyways, guys, if you have any further information or anything that I might have missed, let us know down below. I will try and make an update on this as well once things become a little bit more clear, maybe who's back in charge and what they plan to do and how they plan to fix this, because it's not looking nice. They've dropped significantly. Let's see. Yeah, but hey, it went oh wow, it went down to 0.06, I guess, during the peak of the drama or the controversies that was happening, but has since picked up actually a little bit. So maybe that's good. Maybe if they can do the things that they promise and sort of get back on track, get back on that roadmap that they promised, maybe they can turn things around. They're in a sticky, very crappy situation here, but good luck to them. All in all, guys, I mean, I would stay away from this project maybe even indefinitely. Unfortunately, it sounds kind of crappy, especially if the people who are back in charge are really do want to do something good for the community that they've helped build. But has the damage been done? Maybe they can turn it around. I would suggest maybe sitting back and watching and see how things unfold from here on out before, you know, investing any further into this than you might have already. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.